What's up, guys? Cody back with the green machine, the Deuce and a half M35A2. Today I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on the old girl. I don't really know what her maintenance history was, and since we're going to be taking her to car shows and stuff in the future, I don't want to end up on the side of the road with a boiling hot engine. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the thermostat today and replace the gasket. I've already replaced the water temp sending unit and replace the antifreeze in it. So cooling system should be good for a while once I get this thermostat in there. I guess the only other thing I could do would be to replace the hoses, but all mine look like they're in good shape, so no leaks or anything. But for you new guys that don't know what a thermostat does, it basically allows your engine to get up to water temp, and then when the engine's up to water temp operating range, if the temperature starts to increase, it will spring open and allow water to flow through the cooling system to cool the engine back off the operating temp. Because my truck came with a heater from the factory, it has a 195 thermostat in it. I'm replacing it today with a 180 thermostat just because I'm in Florida and I like my engines to run a little bit cooler. I feel like it's a little safer. But anyways, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I've already drained the system and pulled the hose off and pulled the two bolts out of the front of the thermostat. So I'll turn that around, show that to you guys, and then we'll go from there. So I've already disconnected this hose. I'd like to get it completely off before trying to pry this water thermostat housing off, but I don't want to budget too hard because I don't want to rip my hose right here. But I'm going to try to, I've loosened this bottom hose off right here. So I'm going to try to turn it and twist it up out of there, and then I'll not damage this hose, hopefully. But as you can see, there's two bolt holes right there on the front of it. All you got to do is disconnect those two bolts, and then you can see she kind of wiggling a little bit. But right in between there, the thermostat meets the front of the engine block, and there's a gasket in there with a little bit of sealant, and then the thermostat is actually in that housing right there. So I'm gonna pop that off, get the old thermostat out, and I'll show that to you guys. All right, guys, got this water pump housing off and detached from the motor here. I found out in order to get the water pump off, there's a little bracket right here. That is actually the radiator support. It's got 2 1/2-inch bolts on each side, but if you undo those, it will allow you to pull this thermostat housing off. If not, I do not think you're going to get the you can pull the thermostat housing off the motor, but you cannot get the thermostat out of the housing. But that is where your thermostat sits. I went ahead and scraped it off with a razor blade and took some Scotch-Brite and cleaned the surface all up. Same here where it mounts to the motor. That way my gasket and sealant has a good surface to adhere to. But this is your thermostat. Pretty heavy duty. A lot different than the cars and hot rods I'm used to working on. Anyways, that's the old one. We're taking that out. Hold on to it because it is technically working. So I'll just put it in the parts pile. But anyways, the coolant doesn't look that bad. That got mixed with a little bit of this rust. But the stuff that was first flowing out when I pulled it off looked brand new, honestly. It just tinted a little bit because of the orange rust. But anyways, all the hoses came off nice and everything looks good. So I'm going to put the new thermostat in. I'll unbox that, show that to you guys. And then I'll get the new thermostat in, get it all buttoned up, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, this is my new gasket, new thermostat. gasket part number is, yeah, there's a ton of numbers on this one. 19207 10889849 revision D. Conair Aviation Association. Looks like it was made in December of '87, 2 years after this truck was manufactured. Well, let's open her up and see if she's not dry rotted. Wow. Yeah, she's good. Quart gasket. Alright. This is the new thermostat. It is... Wow, they put so many numbers on these things back in the day. Alright, looks like part number 6620-00-850-7062. And it is thermostat flow control is what they label the part number as, or part description as. This was made in November of 1992. It's a little newer. These are so much more heavy duty than a car and truck thermostats, what I'm used to. But it says 358-180 on the side, which I'm assuming the 180 is because this is a 180 thermostat. Other than that, it looks good. Let's go throw them in the truck, see if they work after sitting on the shelf for that long. All right, guys, got her put all back together. Got the front two bolts there, torqued down. Gasket in, hoses hooked back up. All I gotta do is hook the radiator bracket back up, but I'm gonna get some new bolts for that real quick. The ones that were on there were pretty rusty, but I'm gonna top the radiator back off and we'll crank her up and see how she does. Took her for a test drive, running tip top, 180 degrees, exactly what I was looking for. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all checking out my video. Like and subscribe, help the channel out, help it grow. So far, I've got a good response from these videos. But like I always say, I'm just an amateur guy. I've never worked on heavy duty trucks like this, just hot rods in my garage. So I'm figuring it out along the way, just like you guys. But I hope these videos help you guys visualize. I know I always hop on YouTube when I'm trying to figure something out before I do it. So maybe my videos will help you visualize, get your eyes on some parts before you do it, so you're not going into it blind. But another project down. Another day till a car show. So we're excited. My wife and kids really love this truck. I love turning and wrenching on it. Anything that makes them happy makes me happy. So seeing the smiles when they're in it and when you're cruising down the street, smiles from everybody else. It's pretty awesome. So anyways, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Help me out. Give me a like. As always, drop some comments. Drop some info. Help me out. If y'all got any tips or pointers, but that's another one for the books. We'll catch you next time.